Hey, hey, what's up? Hey, we are in Showtime Charlotte today. Charlotte, North Carolina, aka the Queen City. The Queen City. And I got a special treat for y'all today, so stay tuned. But matter of fact, if you're not my friend already, go ahead and send me a friend request. Follow me as well because I don't want y'all to miss the incentive that I got for you all. And all you have to do is three things. I already told you two of the things to do, right? Go stay tuned, and I'll see you on the inside. All right? Y'all, we are back. Just like I told you before, I have a special guest for y'all this evening. But again, stick around to the end in order for you to actually receive that incentive that I actually placed out there for you. I told you about earlier. Yeah. And you can't forward to the end in cheat mode, think you're gonna get it because it's not gonna happen like that. All right. So again, Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City, aka Showtime Charlotte. And like I said, I've been blessed with a special guest, my sister in success, this evening. And I want to actually just talk to her just for a few minutes, okay? She's out of Virginia, and I'm not going to tell y'all the exact place. If she want to disclose that information, she can do that. But she actually is in Charlotte, North Carolina now, residing. Okay? She's a wife, she's a mom, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna tell you all that in a few minutes. The one and only Mrs. Tiffany Aldridge. How you doing today, Mrs. Aldridge?
I'm doing awesome and amazing. How are you, Keith?
Hey, I'm doing phenomenal. I thank you for, just taking the time out because as I look at your Facebook profile, you're all over the place. You're doing things. And that's an amazing thing to be able to do, right? So if I can just ask you, just the question on my mind is like, who is Mrs. Tiffany Aldridge?
All right. Well, I'm Tiffany Aldridge. A wife, mom of three. My kids are 19, 14, and 8.
Okay.
Let's see. I work full time for a clinical trials company. I'm an accountant. And I work part time. I own my own travel and marketing business, and I work that on a part time basis.
Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. Wow. So, what actually, you told you do your sales, your clinical marketing, right? That's what you said, clinical
I work in
marketing,
clinical trials. I do an accountant.
clinical
I'm an accountant for
trials.
that, yeah.
Okay. So, that's your 9 to 5. But what actually drew you and caught your attention to pursue entrepreneurship, but not traditional entrepreneurship like brick and mortar,
Hmm.
but the different side of entrepreneurship?
Right.
What actually inspired you and actually drew you in over here?
Well, you want me to be honest?
Absolutely.
So what actually drew me, honestly, I was paycheck to paycheck,
Hmm.
right?
Okay. Then you
I've
can say
come,
that all I've been into.
and I'm from a small town, Lynchburg, Virginia, right? And so I wanted to be able to travel. So I was very content. When I was back home working, I was very content. I went to work, came home, paid my bills, watched TV. That was about it, right?
Hmm.
Small town. We went to church. We went out to eat. We went to the movies, and that was about it, right?
Hmm.
But I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to travel. I just couldn't afford to do it. And then what got me into entrepreneurship is because I saw you can own your own travel business online. I saw it on an Instagram hashtag from a stranger and got my business started. So that's how I got into entrepreneurship, in the travel industry. So,
Okay. And I hear your story all the time. I hear your story all the time, man. I have to be honest with you. It's inspiring. Even though I don't have any children, I'm not married. No, it's very inspiring to hear your story, to hear how you became curious
mm,
about this industry enough to take it on, and as a result or as a reward, your part-time income has surpassed your full-time income,
hmm.
right? So if I can ask you, if you were taking notice, when did you notice that transition?
um, so when I first got started, to be honest with you, Keith, it was right past, the pandemic. I got started October 2019, went right into the pandemic, right? And then I started really pushing my marketing business. I had booked lots of travel from October to March. It all got canceled because of COVID, right? So
Yes.
then I tapped into the other six streams income into the business, right? And I started getting weekly checks, right? And when I tell you, Keith, at that time I wasn't tracking any income. I was getting crab legs every week. I was just because the money just kept coming, right? I kept spending, kept coming. But I would truly say that when I realized, like, wow, I surpassed my income on my job. When I started receiving 2,000 on the first, a minimum of 2,000 on the 10th, I was receiving weekly checks. I was getting a check on the first. I mean, yeah, and then a check on the 15th and the 30th. I was like, oh, wow. And it's been 5 years and everything's just moving so fast and, the money just coming in. And then I was just like, oh, wow, yeah, I done surpassed my income on my job.
Wow. That's 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 something to actually experience.
Right.
So that not to make you you have I know you're at home sometime and you start to have different thoughts now. Like the options start to develop now. What if
Right.
I do this? What if I do that?
Hmm.
Like I said, I see you on Facebook and I put something out there. What's going on, sis? You over here, you over there, you over there. You know, but to say that, you are actually a wife, you're a mom, you have your 9 to 5. Um, to say that you do that, but also that you were able to become an ambassador. Ladies and gentlemen, that is like top tier in the industry, in the largest industry in this world. Not only that, but the sexiest and most lucrative industry. She was able to actually achieve that. So to the thousands of moms, wives, husbands, or whomever out here, right, that want to actually see this video that may have reservations. They may be curious, but not curious enough.
Hmm.
They want their part-time income to surpass that full-time, but they may not be curious enough. What advice can you share with them to, get over those reservations?
Right. Get out your own way. Go ahead and just do it. They may be something may be holding back. They may be scared. You got to get out your comfort zone, right? And get in your money zone. You have to. You have to not let things hold you back and just get started. And because the support is amazing, like you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself because we have a team. The culture is amazing. And you're going to grow. Like you're going to go through your business, you're going to grow through it as well.
Absolutely.
And, when I first got started, I was scared. Like, I literally, when I got started, I sat on the steps and I was like, wow, what did I just do? Like, I can't believe I just did this. But I told myself I had never owned a business before, right? My first time ever owning a business. And I sat on the steps that night and I told myself, I said, this is what I told myself now. I said, you're going to give it 3 years. I don't know why I picked three. It's been amazing 5 years now, but I told myself I'm gonna go 3 years. I'm gonna go hard. I don't care what it look like. I'm gonna give it my all and build this business from the ground up. And that's what I did.
Wow.
That's what I did. No excuses, nothing. Like really, just put my head down and just went to work. And so I did it. And I didn't know anything about business, right?
Mhm.
But I was currently on my full-time job for 10 years, so I know I could be consistent, right? I know I could show up,
Absolutely.
right? Um, all of the qualities that I had on my 9 to 5, I just put into my business. The consistency, able to show up, being a hard worker, right? Being dependable, just bringing some of those skills that I had there. I just brought it over here,
Mhm.
right? And I mean, that's all I knew that I could do because I never owned a business, right? So I took all of my good qualities from my 9 to 5 and just transferred it over. So,
Okay.
so you can do it.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Take that leap and get your business started and run it up.
So since all of that, right? You say you want to give it 3 years.
It's now 5:06.
Now 5 going on 6. You became an ambassador. Still a wife, still a mom, right?
Yeah.
Still 9 to 5,
Hmm.
right? But now you did something that's major. You did something that not everyone is doing. You actually got involved with the community.
Hmm.
One of the a very large community inside of the city, inside of North Carolina, where you actually sharing the blueprint of how you did the same blueprint that was given to you by our multimillionaire coaches,
Mhm.
many mentors, um, to show them how they can actually achieve and do the same exact thing. What led you to do that? Just share that, a little bit of that with us.
Okay. So, before, we started, doing the big events in Greensboro, North Carolina, I would come to Greensboro, with my team. We'd have brunches in the area. We would invite people out in the area to come out to hear, about the business that we have, what I found on Instagram, wanted to share with everybody. And, something in my spirit, I'm telling you, was like Greensboro is going to be huge. It was something about it. And I told them, y'all, it is something about Greensboro. I don't know what it is yet, but we got to keep coming. We got to keep helping people here. And we got to keep, letting everybody know about what it is that we're doing in this business and spread the word, because a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people don't know, that you can make money in the travel industry. You can make up to 8 checks a month, right? And you be able to have a, legacy business that you can will down to your family. This is huge. Residual income.
Yes.
I never thought I could be earning residual income,
Yeah.
right? And so, I just felt it in my spirit. And then a year later, I would say a year and a half later, I'm now able to host company events in the area, and not only
That's
just
huge.
helping my team, but help the planet to be able to leverage that and invite their guests in the area to help, not just my team grow, but the big team grow. So that's huge.
Wow. And to speak of that, I'm pretty sure that you said that you have an event that's going to be coming up. And I want you to share that, but I also want to share with the viewers that are still here
Mhm.
that third thing, which is just to go in my inbox. And in my inbox, comment, comment more money 2020-25. So you can actually go ahead and be registered for a chance to receive that incentive that I have. So with that being said, Miss Aldridge, all right, share a little bit about that event that you have coming up.
Okay, so April 27th, we're having big events in Greensboro, North Carolina. So if you guys are in Greensboro or surrounding areas, definitely meet us there, because we can't let y'all miss this. It's going to be major. I have some amazing six-figure income earners that's coming in. They're going to be pouring into everybody, and it's going to be a big deal. So you guys don't want to miss it. April 27th, Greensboro, North Carolina. We're going to be at the Sheraton,
Mm-hmm.
okay, by the mall. And yeah, meet
And,
us there at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time is registration. So I can't wait to see everybody.
and I'm actually going to place that in the comment section below so you'll know where it is, so you know how to register, and everything. So I'm going to actually place that in the comment section in the below. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much, Mrs. Aldridge. I know you got places to go, and I got places to turn up. All
Yes.
right. So I want to thank you again for taking the time out, and stay tuned because you never know where I'm going to be at next, but you can just look forward to another video. All right. Have a great one.
Bye, y'all.